Hello and welcome to PPR's PC Division 2. We're here in Australia. We're back. I'm Capita Hood, aka Jamie Lawrence. And we're at Albert Park and we got our drivers just throwing on some setups here for this quali session. It's going to be about 18 minutes here as we see the garage of the Mercedes team of MRL Henners and Skybits as well. They'll be coming out here very shortly, getting underway. We got 17 drivers on the grid. Looks like we got a couple cars coming out. We definitely have a new format this year for observing drivers. So bear with me as I figure it out. This is my first time spectating F1 2020. Looks like we got Macau though, cruising out on a lap, and he is gone now. But there is indeed hotkeys for drivers, so I'll take that. The numpad. Oh, that is blessed. We're gonna use that, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Macau is leading the pack. He was unfortunately unable to race last season, but here he is looking to do well. We know he's quick in the AlphaTauri, and his teammate of Striffium as well, looking to do well here in PC Division 2. And folks in the chat, if you're listening and the game audio is way too loud, let me know, as we are fine-tuning the stream as we go along. New game, new audio levels, new settings. So the camera type key has changed. So here we go. Now we can go on board with young Macau as he takes us for a lap around Albert Park. We'll go ahead and stay on board and see just how he does as he comes across the line up in 8th gear. He's on those soft compound tires, hard on the brakes, down to 5th gear, keeping the momentum up through the first and second corner, activating that DRS now. Coming into turn 3, hard on the brakes, down to 2nd gear, using that little bit of that inside curb, keeping it nice and steady over here. Curbs can unsettle the car very well here, but he keeps it nice and smooth, flat through this right-hander. Up to 8th gear now, using the inside curb, pushing to the outside, using all the green stuff there. Staying close to the grass as possible without touching it. Up into 8th gear again, now hard on the brakes. Down to 4th gear, keeping it in 4th, momentum high through that corner. Coming down this slight left-hander here, up to one of the hardest, most difficult spots on the track, of the high-speed chicane. Down to 7th gear, keeps the momentum up, keeps it steady on the curves, activates that DRS as well. Coming to the final sector now. Hard on the brakes yet again. Keeps it in 4th, uses all of the curb he can. Uses plenty of grass there, mowing the lawn a bit, but keeps his speed up. Coming to the penultimate corner now. Careful not to lose traction here. He's up into 5th gear, uses all the exit curve, activates the DRS, and now comes to the line. We'll see what he can do for his first lap. He goes with a 1:19.8, so not a bad lap at all for the AlphaTauri driver. Looks like we have the McLaren driver, custom crossing the line as well. Fortunately, there is no 14th key, so we can't switch to him. But Kerr goes with a 125, race 33 with a 120.8. And Stealth goes P2 with a 120.2, so he's looking pretty quick as well. We got the Renault of Kermit, Max Pena going P6 as well. We're gonna see who's up next for the line. Looks like Skybits starting his outlap as well as Becky B. Got Lap God though coming across the line. We'll see what he can do. Ooh, camera is not the same as last year. Forgive me as I shuffle through the order. Or Micron going P3 though, with a solid 120.2. So Macau, after that first banker, is looking pretty solid up there in P1. Striffium going P6 with a 21.1. We've got Kermit diving in the pits. Looks like he invalidated his lap indeed. We do have Custom on a flyer that will stay along with him. Into the final couple corners he comes. Coming out of the penultimate corner, sorry, the final corner now. activating that DRS. Comes up to the line. Goes P8 with a 22.5, and looks like Kerr in the Racing Point with a 121.5. As Stealth goes fastest with a 119.5, so he improves on his time on those tires and gets into the 19.5. So extremely quick lap there from Stealth Games. Definitely gunning for pole here, so it looks like it's going to be between Macau and Stealth for pole position at the moment. Got the Red Bull Lap God coming up to the line as well. He goes P5 with a 21 flat, so almost getting into the 20s there. Fortunately not able to. Looks like we have a couple drivers coming in on their in-lap now. So lots of drivers setting their bankers. A little bit of a wall tap there for Strifium as he dives into the pits. I'm not sure if I like this new setup or I'm just not used to it yet. Can't switch to drivers as fast as last game. We'll get there eventually. But for now, Stealth is your provisional pole sitter as he's cruising back into the pits. We'll go ahead and throw up some tire data because that's what we want to see. So Curvix, we're going to call him Curvix in that Racing Point down there with a 121.5 on those mediums. 2 laps on those mediums as well. So see how I do. Stealth Game set his time on some older softs. So we'll see. Henners goes P7 with a 21.2. Nice little lap there from him. Race 33 on a flyer as well. So we'll see what he can do. His teammate Becky B in the Williams also going for a flyer. They've yet to set a lap. Looks like race 33 will be the next to cross the line at the moment. He's indeed on his outlap. So right now, plenty of drivers coming on out for their second run, it seems, including Red Hornet. Looks like Henners is going to be on his in lap. He's invalidated that lap, I'm sure. Yep. No one really on a flyer. Looks like Kermit maybe. We'll see. He is indeed, so we'll see what he can do in that Renault Power car. Is he number 3? He is number 3. How did he manage that? This is Daniel Ricciardo now. Maybe they've changed their options in the game where you can customize your number to whatever number you want. Or I'm just tripping, that doesn't say 3 at all. Henners has left the session. Hopefully he can get back in. If not, I'll need to throw him an invite. Kermit looking to set a time. He invalidated his first lap. Bit of a lockup there, but he's keeping the speed and momentum up through these corners, which is really where you can find all of the lap time. Quickly up to 6th, but down to 2nd here through the final corner. Activates that DRS. We'll see what he can do as he comes up to the line. Goes P11 with a 21.9, so getting up there, but still needs to find some more time. We have Dragon Bow now. Sorry, Curvix come up to the line. He's starting his flyer now. Looks like Becky B going P2 at the moment. We'll see if he can improve his time there. He'll be diving into the pit, so nice job by him. 19.7 up into P2 now. Looks like the Ferrari of Skyward Atlas. Sorry, Maxime B going P5 with a 20.4, so it's heating up here. Drivers are slowly getting faster and faster. Slowly getting faster. looks like Skyward Atlas ends up going P9 there. We'll see who is next across the line. Looks like the Alvatari of Macau comes to the line. Plenty of ERS left. He'll see if he can improve his time. He does with a 19.4, so he gets provisional pole now as he crosses the line, edges out Stealth Games by just under a tenth. Nice lap there by him. 7 minutes left in this quality session, so still able to set a faster time if he needs. It's like the racing point of Curvix. Coming to the line, we'll see if he can do. He goes P4 on the softs of the 19.8, so it's definitely spicing up here in PC Division 2. So these times are coming down. We've got a few drivers in the 19s. We'll see if they're able to continue to improve as they go. As Max Pena has retired from the session, we'll see whereabouts that is. Looks like Skyward Atlas just drove by him. That's unfortunate. He's spun out there in the so famous spot of the high-speed chicane at Albert Park. We'll see how many drivers can make it through there throughout this 29 lap race. I believe it's 29, not entirely sure. Looks like we've got Stealth Games now on a flyer. Next guy to snag pole back. We'll see what he can do. You just got to find a 10th. He goes purple sector 1. I'm not sure if Cody's is true here with that, but we'll see. Stealth coming up to the high-speed chicane now. Looking to be a big challenger for pole. Purple moto sector 2, but of course we know that may not be true as he activates that DRS. Looks pretty clean there through the high-speed chicane. Momentum very high through these corners. He's looking pretty solid here. Could be on for another lap. Around the penultimate corner he goes. Comes up to the line. See what he can do. In that Red Bull driver, can he snag back pole? He can. He goes the 19.1, so he improves by 5/10 there. Takes back provisional pole. There's 5 minutes left in this quality session. So we'll see just exactly where everyone will end up. Looks like we've got a couple more drivers making their way around. Lap God has invalidated. We'll see who else is on a flyer. Looks like Custom cruising around on his in-lap or out-lap at the moment. Currently not using any ERS. Many drivers in the pits waiting for that time to tick down to about just under 3 minutes, and they'll all start cruising out the pits to set their final lap time. But for now, looks like Stealth Games is the only one. He's cruising back into the pits as well. Romicron could be on a flyer here. He is. Sets a purple sector 2, which I do not know if it actually means it's fast or not, because this game can be crap sometimes, but of course, it's mighty fun when it works. Romicron, definitely a challenger for pole last season. We'll see if he can keep it up this season. See how he's adapted to the new game. Here comes Romicron up to the line. Can he improve from P5? Unfortunately, he does not. He'll stay 5th fastest, still 2/10 off of P4. See if anyone else is on a flyer. Looks like most people are on their out lap and or in lap, while everyone else is in the pits. Looks like Lap God diving into the pits as well, with Maxime B starting his flyer. Most likely final lap of his qualifying session. 3 minutes left here. We'll start seeing cars jump out of the pits in the next minute and a half. 2 Ferrari drivers cruising on out. The Alfa Romeo and the Ferrari color are eerily similar, so pardon my mistake if I get this mixed up on the map. We've seen some great pace out of Maxime B last season as a reserve driver for the final couple races. See what he can do here. Try and solidify his stance in the championship. Purple in the sector. Who knows what that means? Maxime looking pretty good here for his final quali lap. A little bit of a lift there. Lost a little bit of time out of that final corner, but we'll see what he can do across the line. It was P5 with a 19.9, so edges out Romicron there. Very nice lap there from Maxime. Sets in P5. We'll see what the other drivers can do at the moment. Looks like Henners, we know, can go faster. Starting his final lap as well. See who else is next across the line. Looks like everyone's on their out lap at the moment. A couple drivers on their way. It looks like Striphium is coming up to the final couple corners. Could be on his final. Oh, cuts across the grass there. Doesn't invalidate somehow. We'll see what he can do. Is he can improve his time. Up the line he goes. Stays P14, so mistake there on the final corner, final couple corners, which ultimately led to him losing out on that lap. Looks like Red Hornet though, looking to improve on that 22.2. Finally set a lap time here. We'll see. Drivers will need to look out for though. Stays P16. So we have a couple drivers now coming up to the line. Few on their out lap. Becky B starting his flying lap. We'll see who can challenge for pole now. Plenty of drivers starting their final lap at the moment. Here comes Curvix through the final corner now, just behind the Mercedes of Emerald Henners. We'll see what Henners can do. Henners stays P10. Curvix goes P3 with a 19.4. Next up, it looks like we've got Striphium, I believe. Sorry, no. Macau starting his final lap. Stealth Games is currently on his out lap, so that should mean his session is over. I'm not entirely sure what that means. Macau has retired from the session. Oh my goodness, not sure what happened there. Coming in the high-speed right-hander. That is terrible. So Macau will not get pole there. We have Becky B coming to line 2. Stealth Games unable to set a lap. Becky B, can he snag another position? Cannot. Stays P4 at the moment. So unfortunate for Macau. Seemed to have retired there. We've got Lap God looking to improve his time. Goes P8 there in the Red Bull. Looks like most drivers are dipping into the pits now. Possibly Emerald Henners. No, he's diving into the pits as well. Skybits, though, looking to set a quicker time. Comes across the line, goes P9 with a 20.6. So nice job there by him. Looks like that's about everyone. Stealth Games seems to be on a flyer. I thought the session was over. He's still going. So you can do purple sector 2 at the moment. Love to see it. Not sure what that camera is. Stealth Games currently on pole, has pole position. We'll see if he can improve his time even more, possibly into the 18s. What can he do? Goes to the 19 flat, so just edging out his previous time, but that'll be it, folks. No one else is able to set a lap. Romicron sitting in the pits at the moment. Everyone else has their final time set. as Stealth Games is your pole sitter, with Macau in P2 unfortunately retiring, crashing out on his final quality lap. Definitely had some time in the bag. Curvix just outside of that P2 spot in P3 behind Macau, Becky B in P4, Maxime in P5. So very close quality here from our PC Division 2 drivers. And we'll wait now for Micron to retire in the pits. Of course, this game doesn't automatically end the session, so we'll wait 30 seconds as we see Stealth Games cruise around the track yet again. There you have it, folks. The first PC Division 2 Season 2 qualifying is set with Stealth Games as your pole sitter. Takes his victory lap round, does not go into the pits. There you have it, Stealth Games in P1 to start this race. We'll see how they fare. 4/10 clear of P2 from Macau, our Australian and or New Zealand. No, that's Australian. I'm very cultured on my flag knowledge. That's the track we're at right now. Curvix in P3, Becky B in P4, Maxime B P5, Romicron P6, Racer 3 P7, Lapgod P8, Skybits P9, Dragonbone P10, Custom with the fresh tires and P11, Henners P12, Skyward P13, Strifium P14, Kermit 15, Red Hornet 16th, and Mex Pena in P17. Unfortunately, no Mex Senna today, one of my favorite drivers, but that is our qualifying grid set for this next 50% race. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break now as the drivers choose their strategy and their fuel consumption. We're on our formation lap now. Stealth Games leads the pack around. Get those tires nice and warm. And bear with us, as we know Cody's has a known issue where the standings off the bat do not portray the correct position. So forgive me as I botch the correct order of the grid throughout the first lap. Well, hopefully that'll correct itself as soon as possible. We can understand just exactly where all our drivers are. Right now, the current championship standings, everyone has 0 points, so all to play for, nothing to lose right now. We'll see how these drivers can fare. The AWS Insight strategy shows a soft to hard one stop, although we've seen the best strategy here in our other divisions is a one stop soft to medium. We'll see how that portrays. Of course, Safety cars can be a huge factor as we're on board now, as we see the lights start to come up. We get our pit stop strategy again. Can we get rid of that? Is that possible? That is unnecessary. Cool. But as the drivers take their place on the grid, looks like Stealth Games. 5 red lights. Lights out, and we're underway. Stealth Games getting a good start. Looks like the Williams there getting a great start as well. Cow trying to go up the inside of Stealth. It doesn't get through. Looks pretty clean so far. Our standings are all botched at the moment. Looks like there's a racing point down. It's Curvix. Oh no. As he spun, gets a lot of wing damage there. There's a Renault back. There's a VSC out now. As it looks like hopefully Macau isn't all the way back there. It looks like he is indeed in P2 at the moment. Hopefully that'll reset itself shortly. Becky B up into P1. The VSC is still underway. This standings is complete chaos, but right now we do know one thing, and that is Macau has left the session. I'm not entirely sure. We'll get our lovely pit stop strategy that we'd love to see. The VSC is still under caution. See this 1 second. VSC still underway. Drivers lining up basically in the correct order. That timing screen is very, very incorrect. We'll throw up the tires. As we see, we are now green. This UI is really terrible at the moment. Unable to change any of the drivers. It's quite awful. We have Macau in P2, setting the fastest lap of the race somehow in P2. Becky B right on his tail though. Stealth pulling a 6/10 gap at the moment. Looks like the Mercedes of Skybits having to pit due to wing damage there. It's a yellow flag in sector 1. Not sure. It looks like the racing point of Curvix has gone round yet again. Unfortunately, having wing damage as well, not what you like to see. Meanwhile, Macau closing in on the back of Stealth Games. Another yellow flag. Looks like the Renault of Kermit may have gone round. Very, very unfortunate. Right now the battle's heating up for P1 as we got a train forming. Top 3 starting to break away from the rest of the pack as they're cruising along. Williams having a strong showing now, currently P3 and P4. Becky B in race 33. Nice team combo, rhymes very smoothly. I'm rooting for these guys this season. They sound like a solid bunch. Pretty spread out in the field, or pretty train-like through the field, I must say. We've got no one really close to overtaking at the moment. Look down the field, possibly. Skyward Atlas. Big train forming here as drivers do not have DRS yet. They'll have to wait till this lap. So it should be activated now. Oh, and the Mercedes gets a little wide there. Looks like the racing point of Dragonbone is getting up close. Goes up the inside, possibly. Red Bull around the outside of Lap God. Romicron stays ahead. Oh, some oversteer there from Dragonbone. And loses a couple positions, loses out there. Able to keep his wing out the wall, though. Here comes Stryfium, though. Looking to take the move. He'll tuck in behind Dragonbone, though, and nothing doing there. Meanwhile, Lapgod still trying to make a move on Romicron for that P6 position. Macau able to stay within DRS range at the moment. These two leaders battling it out. Mixing has already has 3 warnings. The Ferrari, though, of Skyward Atlas, right on the back of Henders. He has DRS now, surely. But so does Henders, so he'll be able to pull away. Looks like Becky B has gotten back in that DRS range. Helpful for him as he's trying to stay with Macau and the leaders. Macau may have just edged out of DRS range. We'll see. No, he still has it. So he'll cruise along. Try and keep that gap under a second to the leader. Looks like Lapgod has decided to pit. Not sure what happened. Possibly some wing damage. Looks like his wing is all good. Gets a 5-second penalty. Maybe he's hoping for some kind of safety car. But unfortunately, he will lose out on that. See what tire he goes to initially. Maxime B close on the back of race 33. It's a battle for P4 at the moment as the top 3 are breaking away. Looks like Macau is just outside of DRS range there. Maxime B trying to close that gap. Plenty of close battles going on at the start of this race. Generally, everyone keeping it pretty clean. A couple of wing changes. Kermit down there in last place in the Renault, unfortunately having to pit for some fresh tires and a fresh wing. See a pretty close battle though with Henners trying to defend from Skyward Atlas. Ooh, Henners gets a little bit of oversteer there, and now Skyward has the DRS. He's going to go up the inside of Henners with all of that Ferrari power on the Mercedes. Gets the move done, but here comes Henners though, possibly looking to come back right on the back of him. Atlas has the move done. Henners got plenty of ERS there. You can see on his dash. We'll see if he looks to make a move back now, as Stealth Games is still a second ahead of Macau. Macau not dropping back too much, but just slowly edging out of that DRS zone. Henners looking to make a move back now with all of that ERS. Takes the first segment nice and clean. Looks to be a bit far back now. He could go for a late lunge here. We'll see what he decides to do. Mercedes driver will opt to back out, tuck in behind Skyward Atlas. He is indeed on the medium tires, so he's doing pretty good at the start of this Grand Prix. He'll look to outlast most of these soft runners, depending on any kind of safety car we will see. At the moment, Stealth Games taking a bit of a lead now over Macau. Becky B trailing back. Pretty even spacing between our top 3 at the moment, out of DRS range. We'll see if Stealth Games can stay ahead. Race 33 battling with Maxime B. Maxime dropping back just a little bit now. Still has that DRS though. Try to close in. Drivers spreading out a decent amount now. You can see the trains are starting to slowly break up. But meanwhile, Maxime in the Ferrari hunting down the Williams of race 33. So it looks like there's a yellow flag. Max Pena has gone round in the high-speed chicane. Fortunately, a little bit of warm tire action there. But fortunately, he still has all 4 wheels on, so he's able to bring it back to the pits and swap it out for a new wing. Fortunate stuff there for him. Meanwhile, Maxime B really close now to race 33 after that double DRS zone. Our closest battle on track at the moment, as we see Max Pena into the pits. As Custom gets a 3-second time penalty. Custom in P12 having a bit of quiet race down there. Haven't seen much of him yet. Maxime B just a bit too far back at the moment. He has no ERS left. You can see the battery on his dash. Unable to make the move at the moment, as plenty of time penalties are going around now. We'll see just how that fares in the end. Henners also on the back of the Ferrari stroke Skyward Atlas, trying to stay within that DRS, get pulled along as he's on the harder compound tires, looking to just keep with these softs until they start to die off. Of course, around lap 7, lap 8, you will start to see the soft runners slow in their pace a little. Maxime B, though, getting awfully close to the back of race 33. Will he have the move here? Not too much ERS, though, to make it happen. Race 33 doing a good job staying ahead at the moment. Still 3/10 behind. Meanwhile, we got Stealth extending that gap now to 1.8 seconds ahead of Macau. Becky B in P3. Somewhat keeping up with Macau. Our podium finishers at the moment are looking to keep it steady and avoid the off tracks as much as possible. They're not called off tracks in this game. This is not iRacing. They're called corner cuts, I believe. time penalties is what they are, as Curvix gets ahead of Skybits now. Curvix, of course, qualifying very high, looking to make his way back up the field after a couple incidents early on in the race. See what we can do, as Race 3 gets a 3-second time penalty. Not what you want to see when you're high up in a position like that. That'll definitely affect the end of your race, of course. Many other drivers still have the chance of getting them. Race 33 looking a little bit out of control there through that final sector. Trying to keep it together. Pressure is now on with Maxime B right behind him. Skybait's getting a penalty there as well. Maxime just a little bit too far back with a little bit too little ERS. As Becky B gets a 3-second time penalty, that's crucial to his chances at a podium. Race 33, of course, 7 seconds back now, almost. So these top 3 are definitely the ones to watch for this race win. Stealth Games, formerly Stealth Justin, I believe, pulling out 3.5 seconds ahead, as Macau seems to be dropping back with Becky B. We'll see if that battle ensues. Race 33 and Maxime B all over the place, both of them opting to mow the lawn on every chance, every corner they can get. As Dragonbone has decided to pit, he'll go on the hard tires, looking for that one-stop soft to hard. We'll see where our front runners pit. Looks like Skyward Atlas is also right in the back. The 2 Ferraris trying to make a position now. Looks like Maxime B is just too far back. It looks like Skyward Atlas is also too far back. So we'll hop back on board with Maxime B. Cruises along. Macau dropping 4.8 seconds back now. So it looks like these soft tires are starting to trouble some of the drivers as they're starting to dip off. The tire wear. It's crucial here. The pit window's open now. Look at that graphic. Thank you, AWS. You love to see it. There's a yellow flag. Looks like, oh, the Red Bull of Lap God has gone round. Looks like he is still intact, though, able to keep the car on track. Where Micron deciding to pit now. Maxime B 2/10 behind Race 33, really putting the pressure on now. Micron opting for the hards now. Looks like Stealth Game is just shooting ahead now. Plenty of ERS. He's commanding this race at the moment. Macau in P2. Looking to make that back. Oh, as it looks like Custom may have gone round. There's a little bit of yellow flag action here. Not entirely sure what happened. Red Hornet may have slipped up. Maxime B still on the back of Race 33. Nothing happening here. He's going to probably look to overcut. As Stealth Games decides to pit on lap 8, so he should be going to the hards unless he goes for a 2-stop. We'll see exactly what he does. Macau following suit, not looking for overcut, as well as Becky B. Sorry, Becky B stays ahead. Macau getting held up, it looks like, by Lap God, the teammate of Stealth Games. See, little team orders came into play there. Not entirely sure what happened. We'll see just where Stealth Games come out ahead of MRL Henners. So in P4, so not too shabby of a stop. Goes on to the mediums. See what Macau opts. Macau has opted for the hard, so he's looking to go all the way to the end. We'll see if Stealth Games can last those mediums to the end. Otherwise, he'll have to pit again for some more softs. Maxime B coming in as well. We'll see how Stealth Games fares against these drivers who have not pitted yet. Becky B staying out another lap. We'll see what he decides to do. Could possibly go for the 1-stop still with the soft 2 mediums and not have to pit again at the end of the race. He'll have DRS going into this back straight now. Great exit there. Surely has the move done. Goes around the outside there. Skyward Atlas. Skyward Atlas conceding the position, tucking behind. So Red Bull goes a bit deep there. Macau on those hard tires. Losing quite a bit of time in the pit stop. Still just about 6 seconds behind the provisional leader of Stealth Games. Looks like Curvix closing up on the teammate. It's going to be a racing point battle here through the high-speed chicane. Dragon Mode on those hard tires. Curvix on. Oh, his Dragon Mode goes round. He has gone round. He gets a 3-second time penalty for that as well. Love to see it. Unfortunate, he was on the hard tires. There's a yellow flag. No VSC. Loses his wing. Surely he'll have to pit now. Very unfortunate for him. He goes very deep. Seems like he lost his brakes there. Front of his car looking very jacked up at the moment. He'll dive into the pits. Right now, Stealth Games doing a great job of cruising back up through the field. Macau, 7 seconds-ish back as Maxime B gets ahead of Strifium. Pena with a 3-second time penalty, not going to help. Renault not looking good today, unfortunately. Pena on 13-lap old soft tires. Jesus. I want to know what Renault's feeding this guy to manage those tires. 15-lap old softs. I'm not sure if that tire data is correct. Race 33 getting overtaken now by Stealth Games, who has indeed pit. We'll see if Race 33 decides to pit. Becky B has, so we'll see if he follows suit for that double stack. He will. We'll see how this double stack fares. Looks like there is no pit lane cam in this game, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. That's a stellar shot. We can see Race 33 in the background there. Coming into the pits. He's got plenty of time. His crew looks to be ready. We'll see if they are. A little bit slow there, I think. They were not ready for that double stack. So maybe he lost a little bit of time there. We'll see where he comes out. Maxime B ahead of Race 33. He's going on the mediums though, so they could go for the one stop here. We'll see exactly where they end up. Looks like Macau is closing in on the back of his good friend Henners. We'll see if some friendly orders come into play or if Henners decides to challenge for position. Henners on 11-lap old mediums. We'll see how far it can go on them. This is the battle for P2 at the moment. Of course, Henners yet to make a stop. Macau right on his back. Henners looking to the inside. He'll let him go by nice and easy. Well done there. Not getting his any sort of action. But Macau taking off, trying to catch Stealth, who's now 10 seconds behind Stealth. So we really got to hope here that Stealth has to pit again for Macau's chances. Otherwise, it's looking pretty good for Stealth. We'll see how long those mediums can last for him. Looks like Romicron, though, right on the back of his teammate, a Red Hornet. We'll see. Oh, love to see that. These new controls have got me all out of whack. Red Hornet staying. See if any move can be made. Romicron looking to make a move. No team orders at the moment. He's on the harder compound tire. Red Hornet on 11-lap old medium, so he's not doing too bad there. Got a couple of cars ahead, it looks like. Here comes Romicron up the inside. Gets that move nice and done. No team shenanigans there as Alfa Romeo switches around their drivers. Race 33 getting ahead though. Looks like battling it out with Strifium. Gets ahead at the moment. Race 33 gets a time penalty for that. What a move. And I just figured out how to switch up and down drivers on the list, so that's very helpful. We're learning as we go, ladies and gentlemen. Strifium losing out though to Race 33. Race 33 was in P4. Dropped back, lost out to Custom as well as Maxime B, so not looking great there in P7. Hopefully he can kick it up a notch and make up some positions. Becky B, now the one next to close in on Henners. Henners still out on those mediums. We'll see how long he can take him. It says 12 laps for Henners, but we've done 14 laps in this Grand Prix, so I'm not entirely sure what that means. Becky B seems to have no DRS at the moment, even though he's within the correct amount of seconds. I'm not sure how accurate our data is here on the timing board on the left. We're going to go ahead and just base our knowledge off of it, though, as Henry gets a 3-second time penalty for that. Oof. That's not going to help him out. Lap God gets another 5-second penalty, ignoring blue flags there. He's way down in the order. Looks like the Renault driver is making their way slowly back up the field. Kermit having to pit. Max Pena has done 19 laps on soft tires somehow, even though there's only been 14 laps, so I'm not entirely sure what that means. Lap God has left the session. He's out of here. DRS for Becky B, though. As he cruises up the inside of Henners, he's going to go to the outside now. Henners getting very defensive, not letting him by as easy as he let by Macau. We'll see what Henners can do. He's doing a good job on those old mediums. 13 laps. In fact, looks like Becky B is going to have a great run on him there. Oh, almost loses control. Keeps it out of the wall, though. Henners will pull away, and Becky B losing heaps of time there now. His chances of P2 are slowly fading away. Looks like we've got a very close battle, though. P8. Micron, a very different sounding engine on the back of Skyward Atlas, gets a better exit than Becky B did earlier this lap. Becky B already super close, though, to Henners. Micron, though, going to get a good exit. Micron not having enough power from the Alfa Romeo. The Ferrari just dominant over him. It looks good around the outside, actually, but will not get the move done. Becky B still closing in on Henners. Surely he can get the move done after this high-speed chicane. Henners starting to struggle a bit on those 14-lap old mediums. Red Hornet with a 3-second time penalty. Henners getting a better run there through the high-speed chicane, it seems. Looks like he'll be able to stay ahead. We'll see if Becky B can do anything. No, he cannot. He'll stay behind. Oh, he's right on the back of him now, though. Really going to try and force the air. A little bit of a tap there, it seems. Henners going a bit wide. Becky B backing off. Another little tap. Henners going extremely slow through these corners. Does not have the same amount of grip that Becky B does. As these two are now battling it out for the podium. Henners doing everything he can to slow up Becky B, as they are on different strategies at the moment. Becky B getting a little bit sloppy through that first corner. Henners doing a great job of defending on the older tires at the moment. Oh, as Henners gets a little shaken up there. They're going to go side by side. A little bit of tap there. Henners keeps it on track, though. Becky B gets ahead, and all is safe there. Possibly slight wing damage from Henners. He looks to be okay as he carries on. Becky B now for the third, 8 seconds down the field. So our podium drivers at the moment are very, very spaced out. See if Micron for now make the move. Still unable to get past Skyward Atlas. They're on similar strategies here, both pitting for the hards, looking to go to the end now. We got hammer time in the chat. Absolute debauchery there. Love to see it. Micron falling back out of that corner. Skyward Atlas doing a great job of staying ahead of his sister teammate. We'll see if Stealth Games does indeed have to pit in the end. Looks like Max Pena has finally pit for some hards. Micron unable to get the move done there. Skyward Atlas goes wide, so he's going to be right on the back of him now. Skyward Atlas doing a great job of staying ahead. It looks like the Renault is just getting out the way there. That's what the yellow flag is for the lapped drivers. Oh no, as Micron spins around trying to get the move done. Plenty of time for him to spin around. Nice and safe re-entry there. Unfortunately, though, that'll help out Henners, who did pit and has fresh hards. I'm surprised he went on hard tires to the end of the race. Looks like mediums could have. Oh, he's of course started on mediums, so he had to change. Softs may not have lasted. We'll see what he decides to do now. Henner's cruising up on the back. Micron opting to stay out though. I think he had some wing damage, so we'll see just exactly what he decides to do. He doesn't have a front left end plate. We'll see if Henner's tries to make some kind of move. Oh, a nudge there from Henner's. Surely the stewards will have to look at that one. Not sure what happened there. Micron going around, able to keep it on track though. Henner's looking to get the position back. Well done there. Stewards will not award him a time penalty. I'm pretty sure that's how that works in our league. I don't know. I'm not a steward. Sometimes I am. But that looks pretty good sportsmanlike of him. Love to see that kind of driving, giving drivers a fair advantage. Looks like the Renault there of Max Pena getting out the way. That's what the yellow flag is for. Right now, all of our drivers pretty spaced out. Henner's looking to make the move yet again. Fair and square this time. Micron, of course, with that wing damage, so should be easy pickings for Henner's once he gets by. He's probably not used to that early braking from Micron due to the wing damage, which is what caught him off guard last time. Surely has the move done. Here goes up the inside. Nice and easy. Micron gives it that position without hesitation. He's looking to just cruise to the end now with that broken wing. Solid props to him as it continues on. Our field very, very spread out now. Looks like Lapgod, I don't think has returned to the session. But at the moment, Macau driving brilliantly. Hasn't put a foot wrong so far on those 9-lap old hards. He'll be going to the end. Becky B, of course, looking pretty good as well. Stay on board with Macau as there's no close action at the moment. Becky B 7 seconds behind. He stayed pretty consistent with him at the moment. Becky B, of course, with that time penalty. I believe Macau doesn't have the time penalty, so right now Macau has the advantage regardless of on-track position. Of course, that AlphaTauri livery looking ever so saucy. My second choice of livery, of course, after the Renault Banana Boat, the most beautiful livery on the grid. No doubt about it. Macau, of course, finally able to make it full time for this division. Really showed us what he's capable of, and he's done a solid job today here. Able to keep his nose out the wall. And before I commentate cursing, we're going to switch off of him because I hate to see that. The Williams, though, Becky B, slowly dropping back, it seems, according to the timing boards. 7.6 behind. Looks like Macau is slowly starting to gain on Stealth Games, switching between 9 and 10 seconds. Looks like Kerbix closing in on Custom at the moment. The battle is about to go down. These drivers on somewhat similar strategies should be both going to the end on these tires, so no more pit stops left for them. Here comes Kerbix up inside of Custom as he goes side by side. Custom will have to back off. Look for the switchback. Both a little bit of oversteer from both drivers. The Racing Point driver gets ahead of the McLaren, though. That position will be solidified, barring any time penalties, of course. Custom not really able to keep up. He has that DRS, but unable to keep it together. Looks like, oh no, the Renault of Max Pena has gone round. This time not for blue flags. Look, he's backing up way out the way, letting these drivers get by. We'll see what he does. He got disqualified from the session, though. for driving the wrong way, trying to get out the way. That is unfortunate. Well, hopefully his car doesn't get too in the way of anyone else. Here comes Striphium. We'll see if that drive. Oh, the car will stay off. Hopefully no safety car comes of that. I doubt it. He's in a safe position. Looks to be okay at the moment. Meanwhile, Macau slowly closing that gap to Stealth Games. Could be that the medium tires are starting to go off. Custom has retired from the session. Oh my goodness. He has spun in the fateful spot. Oh, we hate to see that. Let's see if we can get an actual view without botching the cameras. Yes, he has. The McLaren driver has spun in the high-speed chicane, taken another victim. No safety car at the moment. So Red Hornet up into P10, up into those points positions on the soft tires, so he'll look to pull ahead hopefully. But Romicron on those fresh mediums as well, looking to make some moves on his teammate. Yet again, we'll keep on board with him and see what he can do. Plenty of time penalties going around. Skybit's collecting up quite a few here. Romicron closing in now within DRS range. Blue flags are flashing. Who is behind them? Looks like the Red Bull of Stealth Games. Closing up on them. We'll see how he can navigate these drivers. As these two teammates are battling out for points positions, but the leader is coming through. Seems to be another yellow flag. Just some blue flaggers getting by. Red Hornet getting passed now by Romicron from his teammate. We'll see how these drivers adhere to the blue flags. Big lockup there from Stealth. Red Hornet still staying ahead, not really moving out of the way. There he goes as P1 gets by. A big lockup there from Stealth Games. Those tires must be taking a beating at the moment from all these back markers. We'll see if Romicron decides to get out the way soon. He's got a bit of a gap now though, so we'll see what he can do. Rest of our drivers pretty spaced out at the moment. Macau dropping back a little bit now. Looks like the DRS has helped out Stealth Games as he's pulled along. Becky B closing that gap a little bit. He's gained about 5/10 on Macau. So we'll see if he can get that closer. Macau, of course, without the time penalties. Becky B with that one time penalty, so that'll be crucial to his final results. Becky B opting for some softs here near the end. He is just fed up with those tires. Racer 33 up at P4, just behind his Williams teammate. Looks like Dragonbone in the Racing Point about to get lapped now by Racer 33. We'll see if he gets out the way. Dragonbone not opting to move. He is on those soft tires, so we'll see if he's faster. Hopefully he can pull along Racer 33. We'll see though. Dragonbone able to pull away. He knows he's on those soft, so he's looking a bit faster, even though he's a lap down. So fortunately, I don't think Racer 33 will be in that DRS zone. Right now, our field pretty spaced out. Macau unable to pull away from Becky B too much. Becky B's hanging in there on those mediums. We'll see the mediums start to fade though, and those hards start to become the dominant tire as this Grand Prix goes on. Looks like Curvix closing in on the back of Henners for this P7 position, both on similarly aged tires, but different compounds. Curvix with that DRS now, looking to close in. Right on the back, a little bit wide through the apex of T2. A little too far back it seems at the moment. Henner's staying ahead in that P7 position. Bit of a deep dive there from Curvix. Henners, we see, has had some great defense today. We'll see if he can keep it up and hold this Racing Point driver behind with just 3 laps left to go in this Grand Prix. Although we've seen Curvix is on a roll. Right on the back now. We'll see if Henners can get a good exit. Maxime B gets a 3-second penalty, so that could be crucial for his final standing. We'll see just what happens. Strifium getting passed by Romicron now. Oh, a little bit of a twitch there from Curvix. Here comes Curvix, though, looking very solid. Goes to the outside. Is that going to go side by side into the corner? Henners up the inside. Late lunge there. Curvix will have to back off. He comes back up the inside. We'll see how they go side by side through this corner. They do. No contact there. Nice and clean. Henners doing a great job of staying ahead. Maxime B diving into the pits now for some softs. Sorry, he's already diving into the pits for some softs. Looking to set the fastest lap of the race. Henners staying ahead. I got to hold on for 2 more laps now. As Becky B seems to be dropping back. Those mediums starting to go off at the moment. He's got the DRS now. Could make the move. Will he go to the inside? He does. Up the inside of Henners. He goes. Racing Point on the Mercedes. A little bit of a contact there, but looks like Curvix gets the move done on Henners. Henners goes wide there, possibly some wing damage there, we'll see. Meanwhile, Macau holding off Becky B. Slowly starting to take that lead from Becky B. 8 seconds now. Becky B struggling on those medium tires, it looks like. Maxime cruising along, though, on the soft tires, on the back of his teammate. It's going to be a little Ferrari team orders situation. Maxime B, I believe, has the chance at the fastest lap of the race. We'll see, though, who decides to take that. Kermit up into P12 in that Renault Dragon Mode right on the back of him now. Here comes the Ferrari Skyward. Moves out the way. Whoa, ladies and gentlemen, we just saw a clean Ferrari team orders executed. That is, can't be real life, can it? Maxime B up into P5 now. Looks like a couple back markers ahead. We'll see just what happens. Kermit squabbling now with Dragon Bone, it seems. Dragon Bone gets, oh, Kermit up the inside with a switchback. What a move from the Renault driver. Love to see a little action here on the 28th out of 29th lap. Who will have DRS? Kermit gets the DRS as well. Outstanding move from the Banana driver to hold on that P12. Dragon Bone trying to make the move back. Kermit with a bit of a lockup. Kermit should have the DRS again due to the detection zone. He does, so he'll start to pull away. This will be a battle for the very last lap. Here comes Dragon Bone. The battle for no points, but for bragging rights at the moment. Of course, time penalties may play, but they are 27 seconds back, so it'll be hard to tell. Dragon Bone, one of our D1 drivers last season. We got rid of the racing line there, so he's down in D2. He will have DRS now. He's got plenty of ERS there. Battery. Kermit gets a 3-second time penalty. That'll be crucial. Of course, these guys are just fighting for on-track position now for bragging rights for P12. Looks like they're approaching the lap god in P15. We'll see if his AI gets out of the way. This could give Kermit DRS. Oh, as Kermit touches the back marker of Lap God's Ghost, unfortunately loses his wing and will drop to P13. That is very unfortunate. We hop on board with Macau, who's extended that gap to 11 seconds on Becky B. So he's looking pretty solid out here in that AlphaTauri. Becky B cruising along. Just behind him, Maxime B though. He's on a charge, looking to overtake race 33 on the last lap of the race. We'll see what happens here. Goes round the outside. Can he make it stick? The Ferrari driver on the Williams. Round the outside he goes in turn 3. Gets the move done up into P4. Amazing move there from Maxime B on the final lap of the Grand Prix. Race 33 down to P5. Of course, Maxime B, I think, has a penalty. Possibly race 33. We'll see. Lap God could possibly get in the way again with his Ghost. His driver gets out of the way there. Looks like Macau has won the Grand Prix. Macau, of course, finishing P1 there. Awesome drive by him. Kept it solid and clean all race long. Here comes Becky B up to the line. Gets P3 there. Nice drive by him. Congrats to Macau for winning PC Division 2's first race of the season. Maxime B, a stellar overtake at the end there. That is my overtake of the day. Gets the move done. We'll see if he can be far enough ahead to get the position done. He'll possibly have DRS on Kermit here. We'll see. Pulls up. Can he hold P4 on race 33? Crosses the line. Stays P4. What about race 33? Drops back skyward, jumps up to P5, so it's a Ferrari 4-5. Nice job there by the Ferrari drivers. Curvix P6, Henners coming up in P8. And of course for Micron, the last to finish this race. Here comes Romicron up to the line and crosses the line in P9 for the Alfa Romeo team. But congrats to Macau winning this race. Had a solid drive. Skyward Atlas, your driver of the day. Ferrari looking very sharp out there. Awesome drive from them. We unfortunately have to go ahead and close off the stream now. A little selfie action there from Macau. Lovely celebration. AlphaTauri, a beautiful livery, beautiful race suit, wins this Grand Prix. Wins his home Grand Prix. Don't at me if he's somehow from New Zealand. You'd love to see it though. The Australian driver wins the Australian Grand Prix here in PPR PC Division 2. We'll get those final standings up for you here shortly. See Macau in P1 with somehow a 33.6 fastest lap. We will have to review that and give it to someone else. South Games with 121, of course, that's also not possible. So these two times will be negated. We'll go through the standings and find the fastest lap as well. But there's your final standings. Macau in P1 with that one stop, starting P2. And there you have it, folks, your final. We're going to go ahead and end the stream there due to time constraints. Thank you all so much for watching. Once we find this correct image, we appreciate you all. And we hope to catch you next time for some more PPR F1. Thanks and goodbye.